Welcome to SVGA. Today we're going to talk about building a DOS gaming supercomputer. So let's get started. We're going to be using the Spanish language version of DOS version 2.0. Let's get DOS installed on this thing. Oh, I didn't know that was going to go in. So what do we need to build a DOS gaming supercomputer? Well, here I have a Z400 workstation. This used to be part of a cryptocurrency mining rig. I'll show you a picture of that. I retired that in 2018. I sold the GPUs, but I kept the servers because they were a really good price and they're very powerful. They have quad-core Intel Xeon processors and 12 gigs of RAM. And so you can do a lot of different things with those. It's probably overpowered. It's a pretty old machine, but probably still overpowered for a DOS machine. So what else do we need besides the machine to have an extremely high performance DOS computer relative to DOS software and games? Well, here we have Titan, GeForce GTX Titan XP. Very powerful GPU, and we don't need that. It wouldn't do any good. Listen, even this VisionTech HD 7970 from ATI, this Radeon card, it's too overpowered, even though that's about 8 years old right now. Here's an RTX 2080, that's unopened, we definitely don't want to use that. Alright, so here we have an NVIDIA Quadro K2000. In actuality, this is a very inexpensive GPU now, and it's overpowered, but that's what we're going to use because that's what we have. So we're going to put this into our machine and create our DOS gaming supercomputer. This here is simply the riser boards I used for my cryptocurrency mining rig. So we're not going to need that anymore. Okay, so we have our GPU installed. Now all we need is to have some sort of DOS software running. There are a lot of options for that nowadays. On this modern machine, I recommend using a Linux distribution with DOSBox or a FreeDOS distribution. I've actually chosen to go with an extremely easy option. I haven't tried it until now. Normally I set up some sort of Debian Linux with DOSBox. And this time I've tried to use the DOSBox Distro, which is actually a really lightweight Linux distribution that automatically boots to DOSBox. Just download the image, flash it to whatever drive you want, and you're good to go. So I've done that here, and I've booted into the DOSBox distro, and this is what it looks like. So we're ready to use DOS. It even comes with some software on it already. I've put a bunch of my own software and games on it as well, and it comes with these little batch files that create menus for loading some things. So for example, I have this DOSBox distro menu that I can go to, and I can play some games. So let's try out a game here.
Okay.
How about Quake?
Quake.
So it's loaded Quake with a little soundbite. And here we go. We're off and running. Here we have Doom. Running on our DOS supercomputer. This is going to be about the fastest experience you'll have running in DOSBox. You don't need anything more powerful than this to create about as high performance of a machine as you could ever use. And these Z400 machines are pretty cheap now, under $100, and they're actually really powerful. You could do a lot with them, and I highly recommend picking one of these up if you wanted to create a machine for DOS gaming because it gives you way more power than you need for a really cheap price. I hope that you enjoyed taking a look at running DOSBox on a modern machine. I'll put a link in the description to the DOS distro that you can download and install, and I'll see you in the next video.